Welcome to a 1v1 on Kolodny Ferma. This game is going to be Panzer Grenadier Angreifen versus dfsCRO, which is a matchup that I am simply overjoyed to have stumbled upon in the latter. dfsCRO, famed M3 spammer, who is still rocking guard motor coordination despite the fact that it changes pretty much every single patch. He uses the same commander and the same build without fail. He finds a way to make it work. Which is a beautiful thing. And he's up against Panzer Grenadier Angreifen's close air support. So I have cast Angreifen plenty this patch. I have not cast dfsCRO. I'm quite curious actually to see how his strategy performs this patch. So this should be an interesting game. He's gonna be going with double combat engineers start, as he pretty much always does, sending one to capture there in the south, this one grabbing territory up here in the north, goes with 2 conscripts after that, and he actually has not built tier 1, so I'm almost wondering if he's gonna deviate from his standard build. No, I don't think so. These guys are circling back towards the base, so they're probably gonna throw tier 1 up and start getting those scout cars out. Yep, there it is, like clockwork. Meanwhile, Angreifen, taking control of everything here in the south, has fielded an MG42, 2 Grenadiers.
We have it.
And just setting up a defense on his cut off the munitions and the fuel down here while he waits for more units to hit the field. I don't know if Angreifen is familiar with dfsCRO's style of play. I would assume so. I think it's extremely likely.
Objective secured. We will defend it to the death.
So he's probably well aware that M3s are going to be on their way soon. I think. Yep. Here it comes. These two squads working on the south territories here, grabbing the strategic and victory points. Grenadiers taking control of this strategic point. And no engagements in almost 3 minutes as they just take their respective halves of the map.
Territory. We have a new scout car at our disposal.
His strat is horrible now? Really? Okay. Well, I guess we're going to put that theory to the test.
Waiting for your command.
I mean, I would have expected Molo to lose this game last patch, in all honesty. So this patch, assuming that his strategy is not ridiculously overpowered, the PTRS and everything, I could definitely see how he's going to struggle. He's always struggled with this strategy, in 1v1 anyway. At the high level of play. But he is making a play for the cutoff right now, and Angreifen has not reacted very gracefully. Forced to retreat his machine gun, and his infantry are left a little stranded here. He was definitely getting ready for the M3 with this Teller mine. Here comes a huge wave of conscripts, though, with the flamethrower in the retreat path. Another M3 on the way. These Grenadiers look very exposed. They need to find some way to retreat safely. They clearly don't want to retreat through the flamethrower, and they're trying to bait the M3 over this Teller mine, but it's costing him a lot of manpower. Those Grenadiers just got melted. This squad getting gunned down hard. There's a Panzerfaust, but he may be able to repair that. That squad gets away but takes heavy bleed. This squad is in extreme danger. Retreat path still compromised. The flamethrower M3 is moving to flank around behind an MG42, and these Grenadiers are trying to find a safe retreat path. And it looks like they will find one while Molo or dfsCRO is busy with this MG42, which has also been wiped. And dfsCRO is off to a very promising start. At least Angreifen will manage to get this squad of Grenadiers back to safety. And the Flamethrower squad has stolen the MG42 and is moving to set that up here in green cover. Another squad repairs the damaged M3 in the back.
are now available for deployment.
There's 2 CPs and guards are going to start being fielded. The difference in pop cap is already pretty ridiculous.
Taking fire! The enemy has our range!
MG42 probably should have retreated. I think he might end up handing this back to his opponent, just sitting that on the front line, let that go down to 0.
Been silenced.
Trying to keep it on the front line by reinforcing it with these conscripts, but he's taking heavy damage. He kind of messed up in his attempt to set it up in green cover here, I think. Grenadiers are forced out of the building, but it looks like this squad might win this engagement. They do manage to brute force the MG. Ooh, he just sacrificed that conscript squad to recruit this. Wow. Okay. This M3's been fully repaired. Flamethrower M3 taking control of territories in the south. Conscripts not available to support in this engagement either. It looks like these guards or grenadiers got suppressed
The point is ours.
as they're now being forced to retreat, and this machine gun will remain in dfsCRO's control, but he did lose a conscript squad to keep this on the front line. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but whether it was or not, he's still well in the lead for manpower, pop cap,
We now have
territory,
firepower.
everything. His opponent is going tier 2 now. May try and get out a scout car, or maybe even an AT gun. I don't know. No minesweeper yet, by the way, for dfsCRO. So this Tellermine continues to pose a threat.
Enemy forces are attempting to
There's
capture
3
our
M3s out
territory.
now. One of them's bound to pop.
Guard rifle infantry squads can now
And
be
Panzer Grenadier
moved right
Angreifen
from
just
overhead.
now hit 3 CPs, so we will have access to redistribute resources.
Enemy forces are capturing our
Thank you for the
supplies.
host price. Appreciate it. You guys are just in time to see Molo versus Angreifen.
We have an isolated sector.
Main gun destroyed on the scout car right there by that Panzerfaust. But with guards in this M3 armed with DP machine guns, these 2 squads are going to be forced to retreat. Scout car arrives just in time to push it away, but not in time to save that Grenadier squad as the last guy gets killed on retreat. And that's another squad wiped for dfsCRO, and he will probably continue to maintain control of all territory here in the north. And not a single M3 has been destroyed yet. Hi Karaoke, hi Stavka, hi Gabba Gandalf.
White scout gun ready for
Alright, what song would you like me to sing, Stavka? Finally, an M3 goes down right here in the north. The scout car rolls up the road and finishes it off. That's 1 down, 2 to go. Flamethrower in this scout car in the south will force those pyros to retreat. Conscripts plus machine guns set up in cover. The church force grenadiers away from the middle, and it looks like Angreifen will fail to take any territory on all fronts. dfsCRO will remain in a very secure lead, and this scout car has failed to have enough of an impact to turn this game around.
Territory secured.
Conscripts under attack!
This is our sector now.
We have it.
Flamethrower squad here.
Mine's going down here on the cutoff. Couple squads jumping in cover here on the munitions point. This M3 fully repaired.
Anti-tank mine set to go.
And nice minesweeper there by
Rifle
Angreifen.
infantry squads are now available.
When you are in total darkness and posed with retaking territory and you have no idea what kind of defenses your opponent has placed, leading the way with minesweeper squad definitely a good policy. Molo, having gone fully into flamethrowers, still has not found that Tellermine. I'm amazed he hasn't hit that yet.
We are veterans.
Autocannon destroys the green cover position right there. We'll pull back a little further away from the charging infantry. AT gun finally makes its way onto the field. He was making Panzer Grenadiers, but he canceled them to get this AT gun instead. Trying to get those scout cars in position, baiting them with these retreating infantry, maybe trying to peek with the scout car a little bit.
Opponents are seizing a sector. lines of supply are disrupted. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Mines going down in the
We are
road.
ready. The territory is in our hands.
Mines planted. Now we wait.
You need light anti-tank support?
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
And Angreifen will make an attempt at taking control here in the north, sending a couple squads around.
The sector is at
dfsCRO's defensive line is just getting stronger and stronger. He still has a stolen machine gun. He's got mines going down all over the place.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
And Angreifen probably needs dfsCRO to overextend himself into his base if he's going to turn this game around. PopCap, Angreifen is still behind by about 10, which is not too terribly much, but dfsCRO has 600 manpower in the bank to replace losses if he needs to. Angreifen is definitely stretched very thin by comparison. Guards getting pinned down in the south by an MG something, I guess. Guess this machine gun. It will be forced to retreat right there. Scout car is up to Vet 2, and he will slowly continue to try and push his way out of the base. He's fallen behind by 250 victory points and still shows no sign of being able to turn this around. This looks like an overextension as well. It is a little bit protected by the base bunker, though. Scout car moves up to try and clear out the machine gun right there with the autocannon, and the minesweeper will clear up that Soviet mine in the road. Flamethrower moves around on the flank. But the minesweeper will at least pick up that one mine and spot another. Flamethrower is then forced to retreat. There's a lot of mines right here. Another one right there in the road. Autocannon picks up that one. I'm not sure if he's spotted that one. The default camera angle, the tree's kind of blocking it a little bit right there.
Supply sector under attack. Guard squad ready.
Two squads of grenadiers taking territory in the south.
Engineer standing by.
Autocannon will clean up another mine while the minesweeper moves to grab that machine gun back. So he's actually managed to recover. Somehow he's managed to recover that machine gun. Every game of Angreifen I've ever cast, he somehow has all of his team weapons at the end of the game. He's not going to recruit it, though. He's got control of it, but I guess he doesn't want more than one. Fielded this one to replace the lost one, and I guess he doesn't feel the need for two up against mostly scout cars. Or maybe he just doesn't think he can afford the bleed. I don't know. Guards fail to make it to the building. MG42 pins them down on the approach, and Angreifen is starting to grow his territory a little bit here in the south. And finally, the M3 hits the teller mine, but really lucky abandonment crit right there. Plus, the guards inside took no casualties. So that could not have gone better for dfsCRO. That teller mine did virtually nothing. Pios will be forced to retreat, but the autocannon is on its way to at least try and destroy the vehicle. And guards are forced to retreat here in an engagement in the north. The MG has been recruited by grenadiers, and the AT guns are moving to move the defensive line up. Flamethrower in the building is forced to retreat. It looks like Angreifen will at least manage to recover control of his cutoff fuel. But he's still triple capped and still in a very serious situation. Ooh, main gun destroyed. Not that it does anything. AT guns both missed their shots because of the T-34 carcass right there. Doesn't matter. It's not able to get to safety. Nicely executed bait right there, but the scout car just didn't have enough health to get away, and it didn't help that the first volley of shots did not connect right there. Grenadiers are forced to retreat away from guards. AT guns will manage to get to safety. Nicely executed flank from up the middle by these conscripts will pressure the MG42 into retreating. And it looks like these grenadiers will probably not be able to win this engagement. That grenade forcing the early retreat. And dfsCRO has made his way to tier 4, and since he's guard motor coordination, he has access to the T-34-85, and he will start cranking those out.
What do you need?
So pretty much the exact same build as it's always been. It works a little differently now, but he will be fielding the exact same units. Looks like he was a little late on taking up this game, since he probably could have had one of those tanks out a while ago with this amount of map control. Angreifen will finally slow down the triple cap here in the north.
Territory secured.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
We are taking heavy machine gun fire!
Grenade toss on the MG42 will clear that easily. 3 AT guns on the field now. I think Angreifen is quite cognizant of the fact that a lot of T-34s are on their way. He's trying to prepare himself as well as possible. Trying to get rid of this building too, I think. He's
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
had enough of trying to force infantry out of that structure. Although AT guns apparently are not very good at destroying this. Ooh. Walks right into that MG42. Recovered it with Pios, but they get almost wiped again right there. The suppression will force an almost full retreat from everything Molo has charging up the middle of the map, though. Panzer Grenadiers fielded. Ooh, plus rifle grenade from these Grenadiers on the left side. Not sure those guards will get away.
Enemy has 75 points remaining. You will appear suited for
Panzer Grenadiers continue the chase. If they could get a good burst off and red cover, maybe. But nope, guards will get to safety.
forces capturing supply
Meanwhile, a
sector.
lone MG42 continues moving across the north, not only slowing down the triple cap, but getting munitions under control. But here comes, he even sent them in two at a time though.
Enemy hands.
He even waited for the second one to hit the field. He must be so used to the T-34-85 double call-in that he didn't send the first one in until the second one had hit the field.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
I know, silly Romeo. What was I thinking, sending in just one T-34-85? That's unthinkable, it's unheard of.
Yes, comrade.
Nobody uses that advanced warfare commander. T-34 is moving up the north, away from the AT gun screen. Clear out this machine gun position.
The enemy has cut off a sector. We are losing territory.
And they do so easily enough. The AT guns kind of blobbing from place to place, not sure where to set up where they might be able to pick one of those T-34s up. If all three of those were to fire a full volley probably twice, between 2 or 3 times, the T-34 could be destroyed.
The enemy is
Depending
encroaching
on-
on our territory.
Misses. Here comes a possibly over-aggressive charge. Good positioning on the AT guns for this. The wounded T-34 could be destroyed here. Not even 2 volleys, just 1 volley. This one will have to pull back to safety.
Lost in the defense of
But
our
another machine gun is cleared in the midst of this engagement by those guards. Anti-infantry strafe is probably intended just to protect those AT guns as they pull back to safety.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
The loss of both machine guns is going to very, very much hurt Angreifen. He's now got only 2 squads of grenadiers and some minesweeper pilots in addition to his 3 AT guns, but somehow his map situation is much better than before.
Attempting to capture
His
our
Panzer Grenadier squad got wiped at some point, and then there went a Grenadier squad also in this dangerous attempt to recover a machine gun. Without AT gun support, the T-34 picks up that squad. The rest of them will be forced back into the base. So these pickups are definitely going to cost Angreifen in map control, but at least the clock is stopped for now. With 67 points left, he doesn't have a whole lot of opportunities remaining to salvage this game.
This is our sector now.
Now this land belongs to the Soviet people. Anti-tank rifle ready.
Engineer standing by.
Guards
Bunker going up in the
captured-
south. It's a low manpower temporary solution to try and protect the VP. For some reason, Molo didn't keep going. Prioritize the capture of munitions over the VP, and it's actually going to probably allow this bunker to complete as a result. Whether or not the machine gun upgrade will complete, though,
Incoming fire!
I don't know. He may be able to keep this point under his control for just a minute longer with that machine gun bunker while he waits for support to arrive. Meanwhile, two squads making their way towards the north to try and get that under control. Anti-infantry strafe successfully pins down one squad of guards. The rest of these infantry making their way around the flank, and unfortunately he did not angle this bunker in such a way that it was going to be able to protect against infantry moving from this direction. He does at least force one retreat, but the guards with their PTRS plus flamethrower will definitely have no problem destroying this bunker. He does manage to keep the VP under his control for just a little while longer while he works on the north. Panzer Grenadiers getting fired upon by the T-34-85.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Grenadiers get pinned down by the stolen MG-42 right there, but he does get the point captured, maybe. No, he does not. He gets pinned. Decapped, but not capped. Minesweeper squad here in the middle will spot a demo charge, but will be forced to retreat. Nice minesweeping right there. Demo charge planted on the bunker in the south will destroy it, and that VP will fall back into dfsCRO's control. This guard squad, however, is getting gunned down by that MG-42. I'm not sure if dfsCRO has noticed this. There they go. The AT gun blob is making its way towards the north to try and destroy a T-34 that might overextend itself against these capturing infantry, but I think he saw or heard them coming. So he will pull back to safety on the fuel point.
Engineers have secured the sector.
Fuck, we've lost a man! We are awaiting orders.
It's a trap!
Hi, Dutchie.
Enemy aircraft.
Recon pass being brought in over the north. Only 40 points left, and he shows no signs of being able to maintain control over any of the VPs. Another MG-42 gets wiped. He's just been playing from the back foot this entire game, and I don't think he's going to be able to turn the situation around. It looks like GG unless
Sector is at risk.
unless nothing. GG. Well, I'm kind of interested, actually, to see the close air support versus guard motor coordination meta this patch. That pretty much was the meta last patch. You saw that all the time, and I personally actually enjoyed that meta. I think that particular matchup was always pretty balanced and fun to watch, if a little stale. Clearly, things have been shaken up a little bit now. I wouldn't say that necessarily either side has an advantage based on this game. I think this game mostly came down to some pretty critical mistakes by Angreifen in the early game. In fact, it's amazing he managed to even come close to a comeback, considering how much he lost in the first 5 minutes. So it looks like dfsCRO's strategy is still alive and well, and he's going to continue rocking it. Good for him. GG, Allies win.